Hello, everybody, and welcome in. Welcome in. My name is Wade Acuff. I am an artist and illustrator and your host for today's Adobe Live presents Home for the Holidays. So, we're going to have a lot of holiday specials this week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the calendar for today. We just had Cody Bear wrapping up with wrapping paper. I'm going to make some DIY ornaments. Annika's up next after me, and Annika and I did a little collab. We'll talk about it in a minute. And then Adara is going to wrap it up with a New Year self-portrait for today, but there's lots and lots of this to come. So make sure you subscribe to our Adobe Live YouTube channel so you can be involved and participate throughout this week. And let's see, where do we go from here? Well, let's check out the giveaways. Oh yeah, before we go to the work, lots of giveaways this week. Lots of giveaways this week. This is the second annual Adobe Live holiday week, and so that means a lot of giveaways for you guys. I've made some things. Everybody has made something. But if you want to use those, if you would like, you could help promote it by using hashtag Adobe Live Holiday Week 2022. So yeah, be sure to do that if you post anything that you make with these assets. Let's see what. So I'm going to talk about giveaways, but I'm going to talk about what I made. We're going to walk through a little bit of how it was made, and then some of the things you can do with it, and then we're going to draw and maybe paint a little bit. I will give you guys a prompt on that a little bit later on. So let's go ahead and get to the going over the giveaways for today. So I know it says making a holiday scene, making an ornaments, DIY ornaments. It's kind of all over the place, just like you'll find out that the special is. Yeah, Sam's posting a link to the asset files below. You'll find a folder with my name on it, and you'll find holiday illustrations, PSD, and then two PDFs that they're already sort of ready for printing. They've been converted to CMYK. It's really up to you, but I'm giving you all of these. And the first file is really chunky, and we'll walk through what we have here. Okay, first up, let's see. I have made, I think this is the file, yeah. So we've got a dreidel, a set of dreidels, jingle bells, a menorah, a wreath, and a stack o' presents. Real quick, I just want to go through how, since part of this is going to be about drawing and discussing some of that as we draw, I want to make sure you guys understand the process I go through when I do one of these things. So I'm going to bump into, so all of these assets, there's some without backgrounds so that you can do whatever you'd like with them. And then there's some that are made with the backgrounds incorporated. Just options for you. And then these are the two pages that we made that has a little cutout made for this. And I'll go through that in a minute, how to make this little cutout if you want to make your own for your own ornaments. But we have two pages of that. Let's see. Back to this is the the holiday special file that has all of the scratches and sketches and all kinds of stuff in it. And I'm just going to show you how some of this gets made really quickly. We might as well start with the menorah since it's up. Here is where this started. This was a sketch that we started, that I started on Fresco, and kind of just jumped into, how is this going to look? What does it look like? What do I want to do with it? But there are multiple stages. Let's see. Oh wow, I have a bunch here. Okay. So then that went to this. I started using I've moved from Fresco over into Photoshop. And with that, you could use the symmetry tool, which is what I used for this. Let's see. think these must be locked, but using the symmetry tool, I kind of went through ideas. There's one that had a lion head for a brief moment. And then decided to get rid of that, wanted to open up things a little bit, and then went through the painting. And I'm just walking through the stages here. Let's see. Decided to break it down into pieces and parts. So decided that, I would finish one of these and then start duplicating. Where you can see the design change. Instead of there's these three little grooves, it goes down by each branch. And so that's kind of where I decided to land on for the final image of this. And then I think, let me turn that one on. Oops, turn that off. And then, added some candles up top with a little bit of glow and that sort of thing. Let's see, what... trying to keep up with chat, by the way. And since we're just kind of... I do like these specials because these are more like streams, like I would do a personal stream. That's sort of what this feels like because I get to actually draw and paint and do things that I do all the time, as opposed to like the challenges, Photoshop challenges that I host. It's more regimented and you have a certain amount of content to get through. So I really like it. It does feel like a holiday stream in the sense that, you're just relaxing, you're kind of recapping and, figuring out how you want to, make your own holiday special. And that's all this is for me. Where was I going with that? Let's see. So, yeah. Then we just did this. Let me just walk you through a couple of these because they all start off with sketches. Let's see, it's the dreidel concept. Yeah, I think this one was really, really rough. Let's see. I had all of these sketches are super rough, by the way. So just to show that you don't need like a perfect sketch to get to an end result. The sketch just gives you the idea of where you want to head, what direction you want to head into, and then, go that direction, get something like that. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Conversation starters. So I do this every year. I have notes up over here. I do this on my own streams as well. I want to know what you guys think what's your favorite holiday movie? And what's the worst holiday movie? I make a note of favorite because my last deadline for the year is like the 21st. And I'll usually put on a movie or something in the background while I'm working. So I got a lot of time that I can have something going. And there's only so many times you can, rewatch your favorite, holiday movies. Let's see. Sam's commenting on the hat I forgot that I was wearing. It is starting to get a little warm, so I may be doing a wardrobe change. But let's keep going with this. I want to walk through. I think we have Here's the presents sketch. So this is where this started. Let's bump down. Got a couple of ideas here. This is kind of where I was just like laying out the boxes, getting them as close to like what I want to do with a pile of presents, and then thought I would add in some leaning boxes. I didn't like how that was working, and then I think I settled on this, and then that led to this. Which get in here and look at this stuff. It's nothing clean. There's nothing clean about this. I mean, you get in here, this close up is not what matters. It's about what you see from viewing distance. You could be cleaner. It's a thing you could be, you could do, but then you have to kind of weigh the time of how much time do I spend cleaning up everything as opposed to getting the results that I want on the image as a whole. And I'm not saying be sloppy and gross and, everything's going everywhere. You don't want to do that. But there's like a threshold of how clean do you want it. Let's see. I think that is all of the walkthrough. And then I think I'm going to do something I hadn't planned on doing. But you know what? Let's do it. I was going to show you guys how to make the little... oh, there is a new element, by the way. Hold on. I made... This morning, I was like, there's just not enough. There's not enough here. Oh, and I'll walk through this too. I decided to create a little holly leaf with a ribbon. It's not as clean as the others, as you could tell. But I did make this, and I am going to add it to afterwards. I will add it to the giveaway bundle. And Annika, if you want to make something out of this, I don't know if you saw my note. I messaged you on Slack, but there is now a holly asset in the shared collab folder, which, by the way, if you see this hanging out over here, this holiday special collab, Annika is using some of my assets in the live stream right after this, so be sure to check that out. And look, there it is. There's the little holly asset right here. But I can show you where that started as well. Boop. And that was, I think it started as this sketch, and then I wanted to extend the ribbon. So then it became this sketch. And then I just started painting. And I was like, oh, let's do things. Let's add stuff. And that's where it came out. So... let's see. Anybody know? Well, let's see. Let me look. Check in chat real quick. You did see it. Okay, cool. Excellent. All right. So enough of that. But I wanted to bring in, this is what I was talking about earlier. I want to bring in something that I can give you guys later. It's in a different library. So let's see. I gave this away last week as part of the holiday invitation. And I thought, why not do it? Why not give it to you guys? And I will just do a demo of the little cut lines that we made using the pen tool. But I'm going to scale this guy down and then rasterize it and all that stuff. But this is a little Krampus that I made a while back. And we had a lot of fun with it during the DCC, so I thought, why not... or excuse me, during the Photoshop Creative Challenge. So I thought, why not share it again as an ornament? They do work together, but you could use them separately. That file is also available. No pressure, Sam, to go find that starter file from last week. But or you can find it on the Discord. Be sure to join the Discord if you want to be involved with the community. So yeah, we've got a Krampus. It's a little Krampus. I mean, it's a tight fit, so it's a little Krampus. Let's see. I'm gonna merge these down. Actually, yeah, Control or Command E to merge these down, and then from there, I'm gonna give us a little bit of space. Oops, not that way. Pull this in a little bit because I want to show you guys how to make the little outline, and you could do this outline for your own. Whatever images you make, any other assets that people make throughout the week, you can, easily add that to the collection of printable ornaments. Sam says he remembers this fella. Yeah. Oh, look, Sam found it. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it. Let's see. I think that's fine for this. So, a couple of ways you could do this. Grabbing the pen tool, pressing P on your keyboard. I want to make a shape. That's how I want to do this. But there's a couple of ways you could just come along here and start using the pen tool and making your shape. And it's then you're dragging out. If you've used the pen tool before, you click or press on the canvas and you can drag out handles. And you can continue all the way around, blah, 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 until you get to the end and then you make a shape. I don't want to do that. I want this to be a lot easier because I do love things that are easier. There's nothing wrong with that. you can probably get something a lot more precise. I'm going to trash that for now, but I'm going to switch over to our handy lasso tool. Did the nail, let's see, no, let's see. Oh, let's get this art started. That's right. I have family in chat. Say hello to my cousin. What's up, Josh? How's it going? Thank you for joining this holiday special. Just in time to show the easy way of doing this. So I'm going to take my lasso tool. And if you don't know this about the lasso tool, you have options up here. I recommend this for any tool you're learning or getting used to in Photoshop. As soon as you select the tool, just take a minute and look at what your options are above. There's so much there that I don't even use or forget that is there. But in a new tool especially, I take a look. And this is really cool function you can have with your lasso tool. Instead of coming in here and selecting and then having to hold down Shift for every addition to that selection. Which, by the way, you can hold down Shift to add more to the selection, or Alt or Option to subtract. And if you didn't want to do any of that, and I'm just going to Control or Command D to deselect, you can come in here and press this next button, which is going to let you add to selection, and just likewise down the chain, subtract from selection and intersect with selection. So I'm going to put it over to add. So now when I start drawing this out, and I'm just going to kind of freestyle it. Oops, I ended it. You know what? That's okay. I don't have to hit Shift. I just have to keep going. And you can still subtract by pressing Alt if you'd like. And I'm just going to keep adding to this. I'm going to do a little bit better job. Maybe. We'll see. And I'm being really loose. You don't have to be this loose. Let's see. It's a party in here. That's right. That's right. Almost like a club atmosphere. Or maybe I'm just imagining that. I don't know. I do have dancing lights, by the way. Like, look. And look at that tree. Can you guys see the tree? I mean, come on. Hold on just a minute. I never thought it was such a bad little tree. Not bad at all, really. Maybe you could see it better if I do this. Maybe it just needs a little bit of love. You know what? Give us 1 second. Hang tight. Give us 1 second. Oh, that was not... Oh, I guess I hit something in OBS. Oops. All right, give us 1 second. Let's see. There we go. There we go. And I'm going to do this just... I want to fix our little tree up a little bit. I'm just going to do BRB. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just hiding this real quick. And I'm going to fix up the tree just a little bit. Give me just a minute. I don't know if you can hear me while I'm back here, but... This is taking way too long, and I'm so sorry. I'm still here. Hang on tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. Almost done. It takes a while. All right, I think we did it. Let's see. Hey, there it is. Yeah, all it needed was a little bit of love. And we have a newly decorated tree. Awesome. Sorry, that was a long, extended break there. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's go back to what we were doing. Delete. Let's see. I should have had like decoration noises, things breaking and all of that stuff. That would have been awesome. Paint that wall. It is painted. It's painted neutral gray. Just like my neutral, that's my neutral gray palette. What's up, Sarah? Welcome in, Sarah. Sarah is my significant other, my partner. All right, so now it really does feel like a holiday special. All right, where were we? I was making an outline, super rough. Can you guys even hear the vibes? Here, let me know if this gets too loud. Is that too loud? Maybe too much. Let's see. All right, back to it. Sorry, I keep distracting myself. All right, I'm going to make a couple of changes to this. I'm just pressing Alt or Option and deselecting some of this as we go. Again, I have that selection, auto selection turned on, so I don't have to worry about that when I'm selecting. Let's see. Sarah has been here all along. Okay, I just saw Sarah, so sorry if you've been here. She's always with me anyway, so. All right, here we go. All right, so now that you've made your selection, so it's supposed to be really quick and easy, and it can be. I'm just starting to be a little bit of detail-oriented. All right, now that we have this selection, go to Select, Modify, Smooth, and I'm going to smooth this by, let's try 100. You'll have, it depends on how many pixel, how big your file is. Let's try hundo and see what happens. Not bad. It's smooth. Let's do it again. Let's just do it again. Select, modify, smooth, go another 100. Okay, cool. It's all good. All right, so from there, I am going to, let's see, what do I want to do? Make a path. Going over to paths, making a path, and then that makes a working path that you can use. And from there, it doesn't look like there's anything selected. So you don't have a path yet. You just have, well, you have a path, but you don't have a shape. So I'm going to try and make this a shape by adding a solid to this. Let's see, where are you? Solid color. And that will make it a shape. Otherwise, it will not, I don't know what the background color for this. Otherwise, you don't have a shape, you just have a path. And for this to work, you have to have a shape. I'm going to click OK. Drop this behind. And we're going to be getting rid of this anyway. So in our property, oh, I think I have to select on the, yeah. Now that we're on the shape, come over to the path tool. There we go. Sorry, the shape tool will give you, open up these options up top. And now you can start, removing the fill. At least that's the plan. Oh, I think I have to deselect the path. And now I should be able to do this. Yeah. So if in case you get stuck, make sure you're deselected the path, which is what all I did was come in here and select off of these. This was selected, select off of it, come back to your layer, go back to your color fill, and then you can adjust this. And I'm going to put a red, I think I'm going to use my RGB red. Put this to 2 pixels. Yeah, and we should start to see an outline. But I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit. Let's see. So back on our, every time you move off of that that layer and you want to come back, you have to come back to the shape tool if you want to adjust anything. So I'm going to come over here and in my stroke options, I'm going to come down to more options. That'll open up this panel. I'm going to change that to a dotted line, but I want to make sure you can see the gaps in the line. So I'm going to do something like 10, 4, 10. So you have the dash is 10 pixels, the gap is 4, so on and so forth. I think that should be fine. You can also adjust if you want the stroke to be in the center, inside or outside. If you want round caps, which is what I have selected, or square caps, and the type of bevel you would like. I'm gonna click OK. Then I'm going to select off of it. Now you can see you have our little dotted line ready for cutting. And the way I made these little triangle tops, and I suggest this is in the PDFs that are in the giveaway, just use a hole punch. Just use a hole punch for this. Don't get an X-Acto and try to squeak in there. Let's see. So let's show you guys how to do that real quick. In the shape layer tools, again, I'm going to go in here and select the polygon tool. I'm going to make a new layer. It's not going to matter because it's make a new shape. Let's hide our libraries. And when you press down, basically click on the canvas. When you have that polygon tool selected, it will give you options. Number of sides of a triangle is 3. I have my corner radius set to 40. It's not really important to this. You can make that whatever looks good to you. It actually is not going to work well for this one, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. Star ratio is at 100%. You can make really cool stars by messing with that and adding more points. Highly recommend it. I'm going to click OK. And this thing is small, so I'm going to scale it up just so you guys can see it. Let's see, holding down Shift. And then we have our own shape. I want to get rid of the fill. And then I think we're good on, yeah. It remembered our settings from our last shape. So now we can grab this, put it wherever you think it would work, because there's a balance issue with ornaments, so you might have to play around with that. And then go back to the shape tools, grab our ellipse. I'm just going to pull out a little circle. Get in here real close. Again, don't do it on the same layer or it will make it. I guess I could have selected, you know what, let's go back. If I do that on the same layer, here's what you could do. I don't recommend it, but you could press A. I'm going to make sure this enter. Press A and then grab just this. I had to do this real close. So now you could move it if you wanted to, but I'm going to put it on its own layer. So just letting you know, direct selection tool is A so that you could make that change if you want to. And then let's just make a new layer. Back to our ellipse. I don't know why I'm making it over here. For some reason, that is my go-to. And then I make a little bit of, let's see, selected shape. Now I can turn that interior off, turn that fill off. And then to merge these lines, let's see, make this so that you have this outline that's happening. You just grab both of those layers, which I'm trying to show you, but there we go. Not the ellipse layer. And you make sure you're set to combine shapes. And then when you merge, if everything went correctly, there we go. It selects. There you go. It gets rid of that bottom shape because it just merged, or not merged it, but it combined them like it would have in Illustrator. But there you go. That's how you make the outline. So now I'm really going to need your guys' help because I need a little help from my chat friends. We have some options, and I wanted to leave these chat options up to you, or sorry, these options up to chat. We could go into something I'm calling dark mode. Let me put all this in a layer and I'll explain. I started in a group. Call this Lil Krampus. All right. And then So speaking of Krampus, yeah, dark mode. So I'm not saying, of course, the holidays is a great time of cheer, but some of us get joy from creepy and spooky type things. And I don't know where I hid this from myself. Let's see, maybe it was in. Oh, of course, I labeled it. So here we go. This is our light mode. We can either draw something new with the Krampus theme. We can, and I mean it's like straight from scratch, sketching, maybe get to painting. I have a sketch already made that we could work on. I'm going to give you these options. Or we could take some of these and turn them into dark mode, where we take the existing files and then, take them into dark mode or something like that. So there's that. Then there is working on Krampus. Oh, I need to turn this off. So much going on here. Oh, and we have a cat. Hello? Do you want to say hi? Yeah? Ooh. Kitty. Uh-oh. You say hi to everybody? Say happy holidays? No? Okay. Meeps has broken in. Yes, exactly. All right, so what do we have? I need some chat input. Work on a new Krampus. Change the existing sketches and ornaments to a dark mode. Or what? And we can start new. We can start new if you'd like. Eric, we have another cousin in chat. What's up, Eric? How's it going? Yes? Lots of noises. I think we lost my vibe music. Let's start again. There we go. Change existing ornaments to dark mode. Okay, we have one leaning towards dark mode. Uh-oh. I was really wanting to draw and paint for you guys, but look at this Krampus. He's so excited. I was going to put a little, to Mr. Krampus on the tag. Yes, Meeps is talkative today and actually broke in. Meeps has done really well for the Photoshop challenges, and I think we didn't have one disturbance at all. Draw and paint away. Sam is saying dark mode. Nick's. Or how about we do both? Let's try to do both. Let's put that sketch away for now. Which one of these do you guys want to see? We've kind of already done the wreath. We could do the presents. We could take the jingle bells and make them like rusty and chipped. Something like that. Mayhaps. Let's try it. Where are my jingle bells? Okay, here we go. All right, so we're gonna do this quickly. I'm gonna work from a distance. Let's see. I'm going to just make a new layer on top of my Jingle Bell breakdown. They toll for thee, yes. Which, by the way, who else thinks that Carol of the Bells song? Oh, the Carol of the Bells song is kind of a horror masterpiece. I think it works well. All right, where are we going to start with this? I'm going to grab a light color, almost like not quite a white. And you know what? First thing I'm going to do is take our background away, add a new background. Why don't we see if we can go true dark mode? I don't know how good this looks outline-wise, but we'll find out. I'm going to change the background color. I want to make a new color to come in here with something dark. Not really digging the brown, but we'll see. We'll mess around with this. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and just tap levels for a minute. We'll go all the way black, close to black. All right. Yeah, the grungy bells. That's right, and we can do all kinds of stuff. But let's get to it. I'm gonna actually call this paint over. All right. Let me know when it's about... Oh my gosh, we're not going to have time for all of this. Let me know when it's about 10 minutes from now. Let's give this 10 minutes. So the first thing I want to do is come in here and just... And yes, I am going to work quite a ways out because I'm only concerned with how this looks overall. If you want to get into the details, that's something you can do later. And I will just come in here and start blocking out some chipped paint areas. And the key thing with this is to make sure, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and go big too, because this isn't like sort of chipped. This is like Krampus, you know, found these discarded and thought, you know what, these are perfectly good bells. I'm going to just take them and add them to my collection. And think about the raised areas, things that, you know, like this little lip would definitely be chipped the most. And as far as brushes go, I'm using a textured chalk brush that does, you know, this kind of, has this kind of look. But from this distance, you could use any kind of hard round with an opacity, you know, flow shifted, adjusted slightly. It should work fine. I'm just going to drop in this, and I'm going to paint all in one layer just for time's sake. I do that anyway, but just because I know we're going to be pressed for time. Thanks, Sam. Sam says, Wade, you got this. Was there any doubt? Maybe. There might have been some doubt, but I appreciate it. All right, so I'm just going to kind of, what should we, I did this on the wrong layer. That's amazing. Okay, we're going to make a new layer out of this. Control J to, Control Shift J, Control Command Shift J. Now that's the new layer that I'm going to merge it down with Paint Over. It should rename it Paint Over because it was the layer on top. So grabbing both of those, pressing Control Command E, merged it down. So now it should be all on its own layer. Okay, cool. And you know, we could thin this out. I'm just gonna make a copy of this. Grab my array. Oh, nope. I'm just gonna use the tilde key and start taking chunks out of this. Like parts of it has started to die. And we can change the color in a moment. Meeps is all about it today. What is happening back there? Yeah? Yes? Okay. See, she's like, why are you streaming at lunch? This doesn't happen. All right. All right, we're going to call that good for there. I'm actually going to take and lock the transparency layer real quick. And then grab a separate color. Something desaturated probably. I'm going to start with this green and then just pull it over into desatch and come up just a little bit and drop that. Let's see how this looks. Just going to make these kind of gray. Maybe even push it even further than that. Okay, cool. Turn that layer transparency lock off. Erase some more of this. This is very haphazard, by the way. And then let's see. I want to add some rust to this paint over layer. I'm gonna grab a red that's not a red, a brownish orangish color, and just start kind of dabbling on top of this. That is not orange enough because we're dealing with like a brassy color. So it's going to have to stand out a little bit. There we go. Something like that. Would this actually rust? I have no idea. But we're gonna give it a shot. I'm actually gonna go darker. And we'll come back to it and add some more accentuate some of these chipped areas. I'm just going to let some of that texture take over by scaling up my brush. That's where these texture brushes come into play really nicely. Definitely check out Cal T. Webster's brushes. They are amazing for this sort of thing. I should have locked, I still can. I can grab that layer by pressing Control or Command and just selecting the layer, and then Control H to hide that selection. And then we're good to go now. Like, we are already starting to get there. Now I'm just going to sample other layers where I've already got something I like some of this orange, and then bring it back to over here. The brush name, this is just a chalk brush. I don't exactly know where I got it. I've seen it in multiple brush collections. If you find me on, you know what, I could, definitely my next personal stream, I can definitely share it with you. Which should be sometime this week. Fingers crossed. All right, real quick, I want to pop in here. I'm going to go back to one of these darker colors, and I'm just going to come around the edge. I just selected this layer again, Control or Command, and then tapping on the layer to select. Now I'm pressing Control or Command H to hide, and I'm just going to add a little bit of ridge to these. Actually, that would probably be a highlight. So you got to think about where your lighting is coming from. And I'm going to add a little bit of shadow to this side. So this these chipped areas start to stand out a little bit. Relatively simple. It takes a little bit of work to get there, but I think it works. Could have also, what it should have done? Could have also added some dents to this. That would have been kind of cool. Little dented areas. Meeps wants me to be finished. Meeps is done. It's like, just a little bit longer, Meeps. We can do it. All right, let's see. Maybe a shadow over here, a little bit of shadow there. All right. Looking okay, kind of dark mode, but we don't want red ripe berries, right? Let's see, what could we do? We could Control Command U to go to our hue saturation and change them. Let's see, can we desat? Oh, still selection. I had to deselect. Sorry about that. Control Command U, and then we can change these to be a different color. You want something gray? I guess we could go in this. We can make them black almost. Here, let's see what they look like gray. And definitely not shiny and ready to roll, right? I'm gonna press Control L to get my to pull up the levels, and let's squish some of these. Let's make these look not so great. Hide some of that highlight. You could put like a spider web or something in there. I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do. I'm not trying to make it look super Halloween though. That's the other part. It's a weird fine line. I still want it to be festive, Krampus style. I'm thinking of these as like Krampus decorations. But yeah, we could have added dents to the bells. That would have been, you know, a lot better. Meeps wants them pristine. Yes, she definitely does. But yeah, just dulling these down, making it look like some of them are kind of popped and gross. You could even add like a mold to them if you wanted to. I'm just using like a black and then blending some of the colors in, knocking down those highlights. Nothing, no big deal. Okay, we've got about 10 minutes. Let me see if I can add a dent. I just want to add a dent. One dent. Let's see, down here maybe. So I'm thinking about where our highlights are coming from. So I'm using this as my highlight, my light source, and then dipping into that light source to grab a little bit. And I'm just going to blur this out a little bit. And you can just do that multiple times in multiple places. Probably be a little bit of a highlight to that dent. Could be darker too. And longer. Could be all the way down here. But yeah, I think you get the idea. Queen Victoria Christmas, not Halloween at all. Oh, nice. Nice. Let's see. Okay, cool. Oh, let's see. Like they add snow, I think is what someone's saying. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right. Now we are going to work on the Krampus. This is our dark mode Jingle Bells. It's all right. Kind of looks like blueberries though, so I'd probably desaturate this a little bit more. But moving on, we only have a few minutes left because I really want to work on this. So that's what we're going to do. I hope you guys don't mind. But I think though, let's set the tone. Let's see if we can do this. We need some Krampus lighting, right? I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. Let's find out. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, so let's get going. You know what? I think also I need a scarf upgrade for this. Okay, we did it. That scarf is hitting the mic. Awesome. Okay, there we are. Scarf upgrade. Thanks, Sarah. All right, let's go. We've got about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and grab a darker color here. Make a copy of our layer, our sketch layer. And I'm just going to start hitting. That's not dark enough. And I'm just using that same brush as a as my pencil. And the hit tab there. Sorry about that. Oh, you can't have Carol of the Bells and then this back to back. There we go. All right. So the idea behind this was this guy, Krampus, was doing his Krampus things, you know, not being very nice. But as he was stealing some of the presents, very Grinch style, he found one that had two Mr. K. And, it was for him. Someone had given him a gift. And some say his Krampus heart grew 3 sizes that day. But that could be a different story. You recognize that scarf? Yeah, I bet you do. Sarah made this scarf, by the way. I'm borrowing it. I'm just borrowing it. It is not my scarf. My heart is thawing, yes. Did we get any Christmas movie ideas? Anybody drop any of those in chat? If you did, I missed it, and I'm sorry. Because I was hoping to walk away with some Christmas movie ideas. We've only got a few minutes. Let's see. All right. You sure did. Oh, man, I missed him. No excuses. You used it. Pay for it. I don't know what you're talking about, RB. I must have missed something. Oh, maybe the scarf. I don't know. With a few seconds left, a few minutes left, I'm going to start throwing on some. First, I cannot stand working on a non-neutral background. So I'm going to fill this in with a color. 50% gray is fine. I'm going to make that slightly lighter, crushing it. And now I'm just going to add some shading and shadow to this. See how far we can get with just a minute or so left. We don't have enough time. There's not enough time. But while I'm painting and drawing, I will say thanks, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great start to the holiday season. I really love these holiday specials. I'm sure you guys will too. Lots of great stuff coming up. Annika, of course, is next. And I think she's using some of these for her. What she's got something cooking over there. We'll find out soon. All right, I do want to add some highlights to this. We're getting really close. Uh-oh. Forgetting some stuff there. It's okay. We'll be okay. Just want to make sure we get some white beard action. Oh, don't want to paint onto that. A little maybe a highlights on these horns. Something like that. Whites of the eyes. Oh man, this will be a lot of fun. I'm gonna see if I can finish this at some point. Let's get his teeth whitened. All right. Let's see. What do we have in chat before we go? Whiteboard action. Yeah. Let's see. In case I missed anything, but I do want to take a minute while we close this off, I want to say, let's play some special music. How about this? Let's get real for just a second, guys. Yeah, you too, Meeps. Just want to say thanks to everybody who's watched all the live streams that Adobelive has done, that I've done here, are also on my personal channel. I really appreciate it. It's amazing to have a community like this, and I really hope you enjoy your holidays and get ready for Annika because she's up next. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one, and we'll see you soon. Bye.